80% of mortgages are due for renewal in the next year. Andrew Mclellan with Remax Escarpment back with Jennifer Grandado of the Dominion Lending Group. And the question I've had on this is that, sure, people with fixed rate mortgages, if they're going to be renewing after the 2021, 2022, yeah, their rates might double. But the people in variable and adjustable rate mortgages, have they not already weathered the storm throughout this process, this 5-year process? And then with interest rates poised to decrease, they're going to see relief. So who is really affected and what can they do?
I think the real question here with each and everybody's situation is, what's the type of mortgage you have today? So if you're sitting in an adjustable rate mortgage, which basically means with every change in prime, your payments are adjusting accordingly, those people have weathered the storm already and will start to see relief and the pressure relief over the next while when the Bank of Canada starts to drop. If you're in a variable rate mortgage where basically the payment stays stagnant and it doesn't adjust with the change in prime, those individuals have experienced something called a stretched amortization. So, maximum typically is 30 years. They could be sitting in, 70, 80, 90-year amortizations. And as those mortgages come up for maturity, they're going to be forced to bring them back down to a reasonable amortization. So again, payments are going to change. Fixed rates, have had it's been a low interest rate environment for most of these individuals, are going to see the impact. I think the biggest thing though is exploring how your payments are going to adjust, or even if you're not in a situation where your mortgage is up for maturity, really understanding what the options are for your cash flow out there will be a significant impact on everyone. So I think it's good to explore your options for sure.
Right, so get a conversation going again, as we're always preaching.
Yes.
And we've both had people who have been sitting on the sidelines, sitting and waiting and saying, well, we've read the articles too that these the renewals, there's going to be a lot of people who are forced to sell, and they think that just one day, random day in 2024, 2025, there's going to be a mass amount of inventory that hits the market, and they're going to be able to scoop these deals up. But as we've seen, first of all, these renewals are going to be rolled out. It's not one day. It's going to be all through the next year. So what do you see happening as this starts to roll out? Like there's not going to be a day where everything comes on and there's going to be deals out there.
Yeah, it's so true. I've had a number of people that are approaching me for pre-approval saying, okay, well, we're probably going to wait until the rates start to drop. Well, if you wait until the rates start to drop to analyze your situation, what ends up happening is you're almost behind the market, because when the Bank of Canada drops, fixed rates have already changed. Typically it happens 4 to 6 weeks in advance in anticipation of what the Bank of Canada is going to do. So waiting and to activate your pre-approval is actually going to hurt you, because as the rates start to drop, the demand is going to increase. So all of these individuals are going to enter the market, and what will end up happening is that the prices will go up. So the impact on the cash flow will not be as amazing as people are thinking that it's going to be. It's almost the opposite. The prices are going to go up because of the demand increase, and the rates will be lower, but you'll still be paying more in terms of a monthly cash flow. So, don't delay. You want to get into the market when it's right for you to get into the market, not necessarily trying to time it, because trying to time the market has never worked, as we've seen.
Most people who try and time the market end up missing it. So, in a nutshell, have the conversations, reach out, get the conversations going about what's right for you and your family, and when's the right time for you. Yeah, awesome.